More breaking news this midday now. A teenager charged with murder. The Wilmington Police Department says officers went to do a welfare check at the Hawthorne at Oleander Apartments on Sunday morning. They found a woman shot dead inside one of the apartments. WPD says the investigation led to officers arresting a 17-year-old they say was related to the victim. Police are calling this a case of domestic violence. They say 5 of 9 homicides that happened in Wilmington this year have been related to domestic violence.